Hello, Leo. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity reading for the month of February 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my original tarot deck. I will be clarifying with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. And then I will close out your reading, Leo, with a magical message from the Fairies Oracle card. You may also notice that I've got a brand new background here. I'm really liking it. You can let me know your thoughts. I'm doing something new, doing something new in the new year. So you may see, you may see some changes as we move throughout the year. All right, so the cards are already starting to talk. Let's go ahead and get right into it, Leo. Okay. All right, Leo. I want to say that there's a lot of things on hold. Incomplete, on hold, not finished. That's how February is probably going to start off for you. Okay? Now, things have started, but for some reason, something is disrupting the cycle. Something is really moving things much slower than what you had anticipated. Now, this isn't anything you can control, but sometimes it is something that you have to kind of just ride out and wait, okay? February is going to feel like things are on hold. Well, I should say the first week of February, things are going to feel like they're on hold for you. And I can say that because I'm looking at the cards here, I'm feeling the energy, and I'm really seeing what's coming through here. It's like things have started, and now they're stopping, or things are being put on pause, or things are just incomplete, and because of that you really can't move forward. But now let's check out what we've got going here. We've got the Empress, the Empress in the reverse. This is that feminine energy. This is also the maturity cycle, right? As it relates to our money, sometimes things have to kind of sit and germinate and grow before we can use them, or take them, or, what's the word? I want to say redistribute. Redistribute them, whatever the case may be. Like I said, things are just, I keep getting on hold, right? And because things are on hold, you have to put off making some decisions. Because things are on hold, something financial that you had planned is going to have to wait, because things are on hold. It's preventing you from kind of moving forward in different areas. And for some of you, I'm getting the word home improvement for this. Some of you had plans to kind of, make some upgrades in your home, or maybe pay off some debt, or maybe, make a big purchase. Maybe you wanted to buy a new car, or whatever the case may be. Those things are all going to happen. They're just not going to happen right now. They're not going to happen during this first week of February, okay? And I don't want you to feel like you did something wrong. The World card in the reverse tells us that this is just the cycle of the way things happen. Sometimes things happen this way, and they kind of go in their own direction, and we can't control it. We just have to do our best to ride it out and to be prepared for when things kind of shift in a new direction. Again, that's what I'm getting with this Ace of Cups here. Something started, but again, it's on pause. Now, we do have the Four of Pentacles here, which talks about the budget, which means we really have to make sure our finances are in order, because we don't know what exactly the next turn of events could bring. So we want to make sure that we are financially prepared, that we have everything we need to take care of our family, to take care of ourselves, to make sure we're comfortable and we're safe, okay? And I think a lot of you probably are already doing that, but if you're not, this is your kind of wake-up call to say, hey, Get things in order. Just because things are on hold or things are on pause doesn't mean that things are not still happening behind the scenes that we can't see. We also have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is one of my favorite cards here. And when she shows up in the reverse, it just means to put off making some big purchases. And I think I kind of already explained that. She shows up in the reverse. It means that do not make a big purchase at this time. Wait. You need to wait. Do not drop a big chunk of money on something major, okay? Because the timing is just not right. All right, Leo, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of February 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Leo? All right, Leo, as we move into the second week of February, I do see some emotional stuff going on that's going to affect you. It's going to affect your work. It's going to affect your finances. It's going to affect your money, okay? The Three of Swords here, this is the heartbreak card. This is the card of disappointment. The thing about this card, though, is I'm really getting that you had your heart set on something, but because in this first week of February things were on hold, something is very disappointing. Something is very, it makes you sad because you're like, what the hell? I was expecting this and now, it's not going to happen. And I'm very upset. I'm very sad about it. I'm very disappointed. But I'm going to tell you, this is something temporary. Why? Because you do have some good news as it relates to your money showing up. Yes, Page of Pentacles in the upright position. This is good news. This is a positive announcement, some good information coming your way as it relates to your finances. So get ready. Your disappointment is short-lived, Leo, because you've got some really good news coming here, okay? And once we close out the end of the week, you're going to be in a really good position. The thing is here you have some conversations with people and they may not understand where you're coming from, how you're feeling. So if people feel a little disconnected from you, or you feel a little disconnected, I should say, don't worry about it. Not everybody is going to get how you're feeling. Not everybody's going to understand why, you're doing what you do. But just trust that whatever this good news is here, not everybody is going to have the same type of reaction that you have, but that's okay. You don't need that, Leo. You're very strong-willed, strong mind, independent. So you're going to be going your own way. And the thing is some people are going to say, oh my gosh, why are you doing this? Or that doesn't make sense. If it were me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let it roll because people are not in your shoes. They don't have the same experience and they just don't understand. Next, we've got the Eight of Wands here. The Eight of Wands in the reverse talks about things moving very slowly. Now, this is actually a very good card because remember our first week, things were on pause, things were on hold. Things start to move and make progress again, only very, very slowly. Okay, so whatever type of, financial changes that are happening or financial projects that you had, they will start moving once we hit the second week of February, although it's going to be very, very slow, right? You're going to be like, finally, we're making progress on XYZ. It's just going to be very, very slow. But that's going to work out to your advantage. I can see that clearly with the Judgment card in the upright. This is going to give you a whole new, I want to say, power position when it comes to these changes happening, right? The slowness actually works in your favor. With this Judgment card, it allows you to have a much clearer understanding of the entire scope of the situation. Brings you some new ideas. It also kind of redefines your role in the project, okay? Especially as it relates to your money. You may have seen yourself one way, but as time goes on, you're going to see that you have more power and more control than what you initially thought you did, okay? So I want you to get ready for that. You know, understand that things really are starting to kind of change in a very, very subtle yet powerful way for you as it relates to your money, your career, your business, your investments, your savings, all of those things, okay? We also have the Strength card here. Now, this is the card where you have to be careful with that you don't get too burnt out, or you don't stress yourself out so much that it kind of, you know, overwhelms you, or it makes you feel like you don't have any power or control. All right, so this is something where you need to preserve your energy. All right, don't waste time, don't waste words with people who just want to drain you. All right, this is also something to bring to your awareness financially. Don't let people drain you financially either, okay? But I'm really picking up that this is more of you just trying not to get stressed out. Do not allow yourself to get stressed out, because things are slowly turning around, okay? It may not be as quick as you'd like, but things are turning around. You're getting good news, and timing is working out in your favor. All right, Leo, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances. Prosperity and abundance. For the month of February 2021, I feel like I need to bring out one more card. Okay. All right, Leo, as we move into the second half of February, look for some things being revealed. Look for information coming your way that really kind of breaks things wide open, and it really allows you to see things clearly, okay? We have the Five of Cups here, which means you may be disappointed, but at the same time, you have no regrets. You understand things had to happen the way they did, especially when it comes to your finances. You know, you understand that, hey, sometimes this is just the way the cookie crumbles. This is the hand I was dealt, and I'm making the best of it. And I'm not going to apologize for how I react or how I respond to news and information as it relates to my money. You know, it's like you have a very guarded sense of, you know, what you want to do financially, what your financial goals are, and you're making no apologies for that, okay? It doesn't matter that people don't understand. You know what you're doing. Now, we've got more good news coming. This is as it relates to your work. The Page of Wands means good news as it relates to your work. Now, even if you're not working, even if you're, you know, retired or a student or, you know, unemployed, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you do to bring income in, you're going to get some good news as it relates to that, okay? Could mean more money. Could mean maybe things are just going to be easier for you in the process of either, you know, collecting your benefits, or maybe doing some things at school, or maybe at your work. But it's definitely going to be some good news, okay? It could be anything, but it's definitely going to be something positive. Now, we have a repeater here with this Judgment card. We had him here. We have him again here. I'm getting the sense with this Judgment card that this is really about spirituality and your money as they're related to one another. Now, I don't want to say that this is like religious in the sense, but this is really having an understanding about the energy of money, the spirituality of money, and really kind of having your mind right. Okay, it's almost like money, metaphysics, managing your money, studying the energy and the science of wealth. And I know that probably sounds like I'm coming out of nowhere with that, but that's really what's coming through with this card here, okay? Which means you really need to pay attention to how you're feeling about money, okay? Because nothing is ever being withheld from you, right? Now, we do make choices, and our choices are always the result of circumstances and how we think about things, right? So really pay attention to how you're thinking about money and how you are either allowing or restricting money to flow in and out of your life. Okay, that's really what I want to communicate here. Now, we also have the moon card, which means that there's still some information you don't know. Now, it's interesting because remember I said in the second week of February, things move very, very slowly. And things are moving very, very slowly because there's still some things going on behind the scenes that you don't know. So you don't know what you don't know. So you're going to have to use that to your advantage. How so? By maybe taking a step back, maybe redirecting your energy and changing up your plans, because you're going to have to say, hey, I don't know everything that's going on right now as it relates to this situation. And because of that, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative in my actions and in my choices, right? You know, you don't have to explain why you're doing something or why you're changing your plans. You just know that because you don't have all of the information right now, you're not going to feel pressured to take action. You're not going to feel obligated to make a decision. Okay, use what you don't know to your advantage. In other words, use it to either take a step back, do more research, or maybe cut something off altogether. You're like, hey, there's just too many unanswered questions, so I'm not gonna continue with this. You know, and this is anything that could have a money connection for you. Okay, so understand that. Understand that just because you don't know everything doesn't mean you don't have power and you don't have choices. Next, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This means that there's going to be some new, probably some new opportunities showing up as it relates to your work. You're not probably going to be too excited about them, okay? This is feeling very, very complacent. Sometimes, you know, we just get bored with what we're doing. It pays the bills, but it's not satisfying. And I have a feeling that you're going to have kind of an awakening about that, especially because it fell onto the Judgment card. So, you know, understand that it may be time for change. You may have to start planning some changes now. I'm not saying you have to take changes, you know, take action for those changes now, but you may have to kind of think about, you know, is this really what I want to do long term? It may not be. Okay. And again, there's a money connection here. Next, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, when she shows up in the reverse, that means there's more research that needs to be done. You need to ask more questions, especially when it comes to your finances, your investments, your job. You need to ask questions to your boss. Why are things this way? You know, why am I doing this, or why am I not doing that? You know, if it comes to your investments, do some research, do some more digging. You know, there's something there that needs to be discovered. There's something there that needs to be learned by you. And I'm not surprised with this because, again, we have that Moon card, which talks about we don't have all the information. But that doesn't mean that you can't seek out more information, okay? That's always within your power to do. All right, Leo, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of February 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Leo? Right on. That's good. Okay. All right. All right. This one wants to come out too. All right, Leo. Now, as we close out the month of February, I have to tell you that you definitely have some people showing up to assist you in a very good way, okay? You've got two cards of assistance coming up here, and this is really, really good. I have a feeling this is connected to this because they're kind of in the same line here. The Knight of Pentacles, somebody flaked. I guess I could say so. Whatever was supposed to happen here, remember we talked about things kind of on pause, on hold. Whatever was supposed to happen here, by the end of the month, that situation gets rectified, okay? That person either comes through or whatever it was that was on pause, gets released, and it's able to kind of move forward and flow. And by the time we hit the end of February, that situation is resolved. So that's definitely a good thing. Now we have the Queen of Swords here. The Queen of Swords is that elimination energy. She's the one that, kind of cuts things off that need to be cut off, okay? Sometimes there's an emotional connection here, and I'm feeling that with this. There's an emotional and a money tie to this. There's something that gets cut off. And I have a feeling this is something you are choosing to cut off, okay, Leo? This is not something that's being cut off and you don't have any say, but you're making the conscious choice to kind of stop something. You're making the choice to remove something, to eliminate something, to discontinue something. And it's something that, again, has an emotional and a money connection to it. Next, we have the Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands in the reverse is you kind of taking a step back, you not showing up and not being seen. Now, sometimes this is something because, we're just not comfortable being front and center. Other times, this means that you're just not getting the credit that you deserve, okay? And I feel like it's more of that. It looks like there's probably something that you are entitled to get recognition for, but it's probably just not going to show up. Now, this fell onto this Page of Wands here, which, remember, that's good news coming through as it relates to your work. But it looks like you're probably not going to get the credit for something that you deserve, okay? Try not to take it personal. I know it sucks and I know it hurts. But when all is said and done, I have a feeling that it's probably just going to be temporary. It's like you get overlooked, or you get... It's like someone knows they're forgetting something, but they don't know what it is. And then they realize, oh my gosh, we should have given her credit for that. It's like that type of thing, okay? Now, again, we talked about the Knight of Pentacles. I talked about that here. I think these two cards are related. Again, whatever it was here gets worked out by the end of the month. We also have the Four of Swords. This is you kind of taking a step back. And we kind of talked about that. That's kind of recurring throughout the month. This fell on that Moon card. So this is telling me that there's something that you don't know, some information that you don't have yet. So you're going to do the proactive thing of taking a step back and maybe pivoting the direction that you're going to go, or maybe reassessing which step you're going to take, okay? This is another good card here. We've got the Knight of Wands. This is more support, help showing up for you as it relates to your work. Now, I talked about this here where you not getting the credit on something. Somebody shows up in your favor. Something shows up in your favor. You get some kind of support, help, assistance as it relates to your work. This could be related to this card here, like where someone says, oh my gosh, we should have, acknowledged her for this or acknowledged him for that. Let's go ahead and make that right. And we're going to make up for that right now. Again, this means there's some type of support or assistance coming your way. This is a very, very good card. Now, we also have the Five of Swords here. The Five of Swords, this is actually communication breakthroughs, okay? This is you not being stubborn and bullheaded and trying to get your way, but this means that you have some conversations with people, probably in the professional sense, in your professional circle, where you start having conversations with people and you really make some strong headway here. You make some really good connections. You make a really solid breakthrough with someone, and that definitely adds to your financial bottom line in some way. This is very, very good. It's one of those things where maybe you have always kind of had static with someone, but you finally kind of smooth things out and you realize that you both can benefit from having really good discussion, having really good conversation and really listening and not misunderstanding the other person. So this is definitely, again, it's going to work out to your advantage. Finally, we got the Hangman here, which means you may feel a little stuck. By the time we close out February, you're going to feel like, I really don't want to move forward, but at the same time, I don't want to take a step back, right? So you're just going to have to stay put. I'm not surprised that this card, showed up again because of some of the other cards that we were talking about here, the Moon, the Judgment, the first week, things moving slow. Looks like you're going to you may not necessarily make progress, but you're not going to lose anything either. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. You may just have to kind of stay anchored where you are for the time being, but realize that's not a bad place to be, especially when it comes to your finances. Okay, because sometimes things just kind of happen on a different timeline than what we had expected. And so sometimes we cannot move forward, but at the same time, we're not going to move back either. Okay, be okay with being where you are right now and do the best to prosper where you are planted, because you will find that it will work out to your advantage. This card is in the upright position, so it tells me that staying put is not a bad thing. It's probably going to be a good thing as we move into the new month of March, okay? So this is kind of setting you up to kind of have a really strong grasp of what's to come. You know, you're not going to rush ahead blindly. You're just going to chill. You know, you're going to stay grounded and see what shows up. And maybe if you have to stay grounded a little bit longer than what you had hoped for, it's going to be okay, because you're still going to have a financial win because of it. All right, Leo, you've got a really interesting month here. I just want you to kind of feel like things are in your control to a certain degree, and the things that are not in your control are still going to work out for you. It's still gonna give you an edge. Okay? That's what I'm feeling. And there's no need to rush through anything. You know, allow things to happen when they do, and don't feel like you're behind in any way. Okay. Wow, this really does resonate with the energy of your reading here. It talks about business venture, trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. I agree, trust and follow through. But again, the follow through is when you feel like the time is right, okay? But the follow through will bring the results. I do wholeheartedly feel that. So I hope this was helpful for you, Leo. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.